Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. It's the In Wheel Time car talk show on iHeart Radio. Just ahead, we talk with the president of Vintage Air, the aftermarkets. My God. Did you know your mind?
He's the guy that works at the radio station.
Here's the chief engineer of a group of radio stations, and he just kind of throws us under the bus right out of the bat.
Trips over the dog.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just adding to the
Steps
misery.
on the microphone.
Thank you, David. Just ahead, we talked to the president of Vintage Air, and I know that he is really proud of the fact that he's come onto a really class act show here. It's the aftermarket's king of AC, Vintage Air. We talked with the president. We'll also have the upcoming events calendar and this week's Automotive News Headlines. That and more surprises just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with David Ainsley, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin always. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us. It has been another eventful morning here in the In Wheel Time studios. For 2 hours, we've been trying to figure out what the problem was, and the problem was somebody that's not here. Again, so at any rate, we're just going to kind of move on. And Conrad's got this smirk on his face. It's like, okay.
Because he had another donut.
No,
That's what it was.
No comment.
No comments. All right, so let's just get right to it, shall we? His name is Rick Love, and he is the president of Vintage Air. Rick, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. Hey, I'll let you know we're looking for some engineering help. So
Be right there, Rick.
Yeah, well, give us about 3 hours.
No,
We'll be
no.
right there. He's in San Antonio. He's
Oh, yeah.
right down I-10. If you can get there through Brookshire.
Yeah, but we don't want to add that to the Vintage Air because it's such a good system.
It is.
Our engineering sometimes leaves a lot to be desired.
You know, I guess I knew that you guys were in San Antonio, but I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So how did you wind up with a great company in San Antonio, Texas, of all places? Because you live there.
Jack Chisenhall, he grew up an Air Force kid, and his dad was stationed here in San Antonio, so he did it part of his career. So Jack's teenage formative years, he grew up just outside San Antonio in Schertz, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And so this was his home. And when he graduated from college in San Marcos after getting out of the Air Force, he wanted to manufacture hot rod parts. He was the hot rod guy. And, you know, where better to think about air conditioning than South Texas like y'all are, like we are.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, you guys are much more used to 100-degree days over there than we are here in Houston, although I think we're the king of humidity here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Definite difference.
you know, I was browsing your website today, and I did not realize that you guys make all sorts of stuff, not just air conditioning, bits and pieces. But let's start at the beginning. Let's talk about a couple of things. One is SureFit and the Builder Series. And I'll let you explain what SureFit and Builder Series is. Now, we're talking about air conditioning, and generally speaking, your units go into hot rods as an aftermarket replacement sometimes, or a car that never had air conditioning. You guys fit the bill with all of that.
Yeah, exactly. And when you say hot rods, the definition of hot rod has changed so much through the years. When Jack started the company back in '76, his initial market was the pre-48 cars, which was the street rods, hot rods at the time.
Yep.
And now, you know, this is 45 years later, and the definition of a hot rod is a little different. You know, a guy that's got a '68 Camaro is a hot rod to him. And the guy that's got an '85 Chevrolet pickup, the way he's got it fixed up to be his hot rod. And, you know, John Force talks about his funny car is his hot rod.
Yes.
He does his interviews and everything. So it's kind of a looser definition now. And the difference you mentioned our Builder Series and our SureFit kits. And our SureFit systems are more than just an air conditioning system. It's a bolt-in system designed specifically for a vehicle, and it's a heat, cool, defrost system. So it's not just an add-on air conditioning system. It replaces what you had from the factory. If you had a non-air car originally, this is going to be an air conditioning system that's going to bolt in. If you had, like some cars had vents in the dash, whether they were air or non-air, our system connects to those vents. If you had a factory air car, you get rid of all of that stuff that was under the, that's stuck on the firewall and all of that. Our systems are more compact. They're electronically controlled. So it's a modern climate control system for a car, and it's designed for that vehicle. We have over 169 different bolt-in SureFit systems.
I had no clue.
That are year, make, and model specific.
Yeah, and our latest one, the ones we've just released, is for the 82 to 88 Monte Carlo, the G-body Monte Carlos. Yeah. So
now, when you said
pre
48, not a lot of cars had air conditioning, and some probably didn't even have heat back then. How do you design a system that makes it look factory, or as we say, vintage for that vehicle?
The pre-48s, and that's where our builder series comes in more, because when you start getting a later model car, like from what we would call a later model from the mid-50s on up, those cars are pretty well engineered from the factory. Everything's in the same place on all those cars. When you're building a pre-48 vehicle, a street rod, a hot rod, you're deciding what dash you put in the car. You're deciding what engine you put in the car. You're deciding where the steering column is going to be, what gauges you use. So the builder series is several heat, cool, defrost modules, the air handler, the evaporator, that goes up behind the dash. We have several different sizes, and it allows you as a builder, or as your builder, if you're having a car built, to tailor a system for the kind of car you're building, what you're doing. We've got a lot of different vents, louvers, different look of controls that can be hidden, controls that augment the theme of your dash. So you've got a lot of different options. You were on the website, as you said. We've got a lot of different options to control a system. And again, that air handler is in most cases a heat, cool, defrost system. So even in a pre-48 vehicle, you can add that.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about heater only. Now, we're in Texas, but not everybody is here in Texas. And, I remember many years ago, I had a 1975 Chevy Monza, and I took delivery of it. It was in November or December, and I had to make a little road trip up to Dallas, and a cold front had come through, and the heater didn't work.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no.
And, it really gets uncomfortable really quickly if you're dealing with temperatures right around the
freezing.
Yeah, the freezing mark. And I will tell you that you need a heater every once in a while. And I understand that you guys do have heater-only kits.
Yep, we do. We have heater defrost systems. They're hot water heaters. And interestingly, you talked about some of the old cars that didn't have heaters. The early accessory heaters, in most cases, the Southwind they were called, or Stuart Warner made one as well. They were actually gasoline-fired heaters.
Oh.
You would have a heater inside your vehicle that you would tee into your fuel line, and it had a little spark plug on there. So when you turned on the heat, you were basically putting gas inside your car and then firing that gas to give you heat.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, the only thing you needed was
the
only thing you needed was marshmallows and chocolate. You can make s'mores inside the car.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, the heaters that we do now are like your later model cars. They're hot water heaters. They use the engine water coolant to provide your heat.
What is a front runner?
Front runner is our front accessory drive system. And the factories, they have accessory drive systems.
Sure.
We used to just call them belts and pulleys, but now is once you get into the serpentine belt systems, they're actually systems designed. The OEMs call them FIADs, front accessory drive systems. And but our front runner, we were the first company that introduced these back in 2000, and it was a drive system designed as a complete package. Whereas in most cases with some of these older vehicles, like you pointed out earlier, that didn't have air. So now you've got to go find a different pulley to add that air conditioning compressor to your car. And then, now you're going to add air conditioning and possibly electric fan. You need more alternator capability than you had. You got to have more charging capability than you had from the factory. So what we came up with was an accessory drive system, or is an accessory drive system that's spring tensioned, uses a single serpentine belt. And we designed the system around pulley sizes and the right components to give you the right ratios to spin these components at the proper speeds. They bolt statically, so you don't have to adjust any belts. They have, again, spring tensioner, so that keeps the wear on the water pump down, like the OEMs discovered. Most water pump failures are due to over-tensioning of belts. So when you have a spring tension belt, you eliminate that wear factor from your water pump, so you get better longevity out of your water pump, more hours. So, but these accessory drive systems, that way we provide at this point 170 amp alternator.
Wow.
And a high performance water pump, and then the compressor that works with our system, and again all the pulley ratios to spin those accessories at the proper
speeds,
proper ratio.
And is that for all of the American manufacturers, Ford, GM, and Chrysler?
We've got some pretty good coverage, not so much Chrysler yet, but we've got small block, big block Chevrolet, small block Ford, LS, LT. We've just come out with a new front runner for the LS LT family that's basically centered around our own casting that we have cast right here in the USA. And that casting basically has a cartridge water pump and mounting places for all those accessories. So you bolt this casting on the front of your LS. The LTs, a lot of them have the offset water pump, which works fine in a later model vehicle, but in a lot of the newer vehicles, I say newer, the 60s, 70s, our casting brings that water pump back into the center of the car where it looks a lot better, and you get more visually pleasing look out of it.
All I can think of is that if I'm going to get my mindset, if you can imagine that at my age, my mindset.
Or this morning.
That's exactly right. Let's see. Do I put my left foot or right foot out of bed?
Oh, boy.
First, I was thinking, okay, so I'm really kind of looking toward a 34 Ford, but I'm going to put an LS engine in it, and I want to have air conditioning in it. I want to have heating in it, and I want to have enough power off of the alternator that'll charge the battery and do all the things that I need to do. What I really need to do is, first of all, I need to come up with a system, since I'm designing it, what I'm going to put under the dash, how I'm going to put it under the dash.
Well, why should you worry about that? Why don't
We
you
got
hire
them,
somebody who's a
yeah.
subject matter expert
Exactly.
in it who builds them
Well, that's what I was getting
with
to.
the flexibility.
Yeah. And so do you guys have somebody that I can call and say, okay, this is what I've got. How can I go about doing this the most efficient, easiest way to get the job done?
And we've got 11 sales guys that are on the phone all day long. They answer emails. We also have a distributor network of about 1,200 different distributors worldwide. I mean, not just in the U.S. Australia is a huge car culture country, as well as New Zealand, Europe too. We've got some dealers in Finland and in Sweden and in the UK. We've got dealers worldwide that can help you sort through that, as well as the people we have in house.
And you can actually make an air conditioning system in a Jaguar work, because they never did on their own.
Well, they did. They just didn't work well in most cases, especially in the Houston area there.
Well, the great thing about what you guys are offering is a system that's been well thought out and is totally integrated, from the drive system to the placement, the gear ratio, so the speeds of each component, as well as the air conditioning system
And the aesthetics.
Yeah, that's really the choice to make. And with the flexibility of a builder needing this design, here's your selection of designs that we offer. Generally, what you need is going to be in there, much less being able to. I think you were talking about how to add air conditioning to a 70 or 69 model Chevy Nova, and an integrated system that's all ready to go.
Well, he's got that in a box.
Yeah.
Here's the whole thing. It's going to fit the whatever in a small block Chevrolet in there, if that's what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and all of the distribution hoses that on my 70 have got these big old ratty holes in them now. That's why the AC doesn't blow. All that gets fixed.
No, your AC
by
doesn't
using
blow
the
because it
system.
won't start.
Yeah, the engine
There you
will.
go.
That's
There,
it.
That's it.
So, okay, let's just use a 1970 Chevy Nova. It's basically, it started off as a 6-cylinder. I've now upgraded it to a small block Chevy V8, fuel injection, and it's nothing special, but it's mine.
And it's a daily.
And it could be a daily driver or a weekend nice car, that sort of thing. Do you have a kit for a small block Chevy that's made for the Nova?
We do. We've got a SureFit kit for the 70 Nova, and comes the evaporator kit. The air handler will bolt right in under your dash. You'll take that factory heater out of there. Our kit will bolt right in under your dash. We've got, you can either use your original control panel. We've got a conversion kit that's included that would convert those mechanical cable operated levers to electronic operation. Or we have a replacement control panel for that car that's a little newer design, has a PC board with LED backlighting and everything that bolts right in, mimics the stock look. All the AC and refrigerant and heater hoses exit out through your kick panel area up behind the hood hinge. We give you a sheet metal powder coated cover for your firewall, and the hoses kind of come out in front of where the battery is there, so they kind of hide a little bit, cleans up your engine compartment a little bit. Have a bolt-in condenser kit that goes in front of your radiator, brackets specific to the Nova. So it's basically a bolt-in system. And you've got your choice when you get to the compressor on the engine. We've got several different options available for steel brackets if you want to keep the V-belts on your car. Or like you say, you could upgrade to an accessory, a fully accessorized belt system, drive system, front runner system.
Now,
so you've got a lot of options as you go.
Are on your AC systems? Are you using R134A or the YF1234?
Right now, we're still using 134A in our aftermarket systems. We have experience with the 1234YF. We manufacture the system for the Ford GT as well, and that's a YF system. But right now, the 134A and for the foreseeable future is available. It's reasonably priced, widely available in your area. Most guys are set up to charge with that. You've got to have a separate charging station to work with 1234, and there's some other little things that come along with it. So at this point in the aftermarket, we're staying with 134A.
So with Don's 70 Nova that he's redoing, is it affordable? I mean, he doesn't maybe need everything. Can you piecemeal a project together? And the affordability, I mean, low end, high end, what is that?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and the nice thing about our systems is any of the parts of the kits are available separately. So, if you're working in the engine compartment and you want to get up, say, hey, we all work on budgets with this. So, okay, I'm going to start off just buying the compressor and the compressor bracket, get the pulleys I need so I can get all that set up on the engine. You can buy that separately. You can buy the condenser kit separately. You can buy the inside air handler, the evaporator kit separately. So all that as a system, as a kit, you're looking at a little less than $2,000 for a complete system. That's compressor bracket, your condenser, your hose kit, your inside heat, cool, defrost system, and everything.
You'll spend more than that getting a compressor replaced at a dealership.
Yeah,
Exactly. So I think it's a very affordable. Now, if you want to upgrade to a front runner, depending on, you're going to be looking at another, $2,000, $2,200, something like that. But again, then you're getting an alternator, you're getting a water pump, you're getting all the accessories that go along with it.
And everything's lined up the first time you bolt it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
How wonderful. Rick, we want to come and hang with you all the time. Is that a problem?
In air conditioning.
Come on down. We just had our annual open house last Saturday, actually, and we had about 370 cars here. We had a group from Houston come in and another group from north of Austin and everything. We had a great group here and everything. So yeah, we're always welcome. We're happy to show off our facility. We've got 160 people here, and all our systems are made here in the USA. And we've got a great group of employees, and we're always proud to show off our facility.
Well, we sure appreciate the time you took with us this Saturday morning. Thanks so much, and best of luck to you. And for everybody that wants to get a hold of you, it's vintageair.com, correct?
Yes, it is. Very good, and we appreciate the time and hope everybody has a good Saturday.
Let's stay in touch. Thanks,
Thank
Rick.
you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, we don't know why you ever would, but shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for the events calendar. Mr. DeLong.
Well, as usual, we always have Nifty 50s up in the Woodlands and the Kemah Car Meet down in Kemah. Duh. But a few other things are going on. Needville High School is having their concert of cars tomorrow, and that starts at 9 a.m. and goes to 3:30, and it's a fundraiser for their music department.
Very cool.
And
will the band be there?
The band will be there.
We're pulling the band back together.
Putting the band back together. And then 11:30 to 2 p.m. tomorrow, classic car show at Second Baptist Church off of Shadow Creek in Pearland. 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock tomorrow is exotic cars and cigars. everybody's got to have their pairing of names. Some of them are pretty cool.
Yep.
And that's at 27,030 Kirkendall up in the Woodlands. And finally, Paws and Cars waiting for the Willowbrook Foundation. That's the Main Street Loop in Houston, and it's an open car show, and that is tomorrow from noon to 4 p.m. off of Old Main Street.
All right. Well,
Always good stuff going on.
Yeah.
in town.
always, yeah, most definitely. Well, we had a rare treat, or not so much a treat, but some sort of an anomaly on our Zoom calls this morning. And let's just take a look and see who's there, shall we?
Oh, it's Mike.
Oh my God! It's the old man himself. Oh my
Hello,
God!
boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
boy.
hello, Mike Mars.
I can't hear
Wait
him.
a minute.
Wait, we're losing
There
the
you go.
internet.
We
Wait
went
a
back to
minute.
the-
Take that off. It's been a mistake. Just jacking with you, Mike.
No problem.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to yell
Yeah,
at us.
don't yell at us.
We're all good
Yeah,
here.
we can hear the echo without you
Conrad's
yelling.
been yelling
Yeah.
at us since 6 this morning. Don't yell at us.
Yeah, we don't need any more yelling. Conrad's been doing enough of that. Mike Mars,
Yes, sir.
who is not with us in the studio today, but with us via Zoom. And Auto Tips from the Internet is his little bit and piece of today's show.
Mhm.
Okay, Mars, take it away.
So, Jeff, you got the video?
I do.
If you could run that, because
Yep, it is.
for some reason I can't share. More engineering going on this
Well, you
morning.
need to get to it because we've got the video. Well, we had the video up, but
It's-
it went to
There you
black.
go.
But
You're
anyway,
up.
there
You're
you
up,
go.
Mars.
All right,
All right.
go
Hubba,
for
hubba.
it.
Well, everything that we wanted to talk about, we talk about the car stuff, and you can take it to any shop and have anybody build you a motor. You can take it to any shop, have anybody build you basically a custom car, obviously. But if you want to do it by yourself, one of the first things you might look at is a cold air intake. They get lots of kits for a lot of vehicles. I think, Don, you have one on your Corvette. But if you wanted to do something else in addition to that, then you might want to add something to that cold air intake.
And
Yeah.
make
If
it
you go to the next one.
Go ahead, Mike. Don't worry about
We
that.
got it. You're good.
Okay. All right. Well, there's this thing that's called a air intake turbo. Now, this is a car intake turbinator. That's what this is. It fits inside the pipe of your air intake. Now, it's a dual fan turbine. So the air comes in and it spins the first time. And of course, it spins the second fan blade and that pushes the air down in the intake. So going on to the next one. Oh, it gets better, Conrad.
I was going to say, I'm not a fan, but that's fine.
So
no,
to
it would be a
speak.
turbine,
Well,
not a
that's
fan.
kind of the way it goes. So the next thing you're going to get to, so if you really want to do something different on top of that, you might find this Y pipe. It's a Y pipe that goes into it. And this is a picture of how it goes, where it fits in between the air intake and your manifold.
So,
And it adds probably at least 0 horsepower every time you run it.
so that
so-
way you can go from one cold air intake to 2 cold air intakes with a Y pipe.
That's right. And going on and doing the next thing that you might want to do, you can put a Y pipe in there out of your air filter box outlet. And from there, you can put 2 turbinators on there. So you'll have dual turbinators pushing air down into your intake.
Accomplishing absolutely nothing.
Have you been perusing the J.C. Whitney catalog again?
I tried to, and they've gone online, and they're hard to find now. So I had to go out and Google. This
Okay.
is Google
Good.
stuff. A lot of
Google
this
is your
stuff,
friend.
Basically, it's available on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
You can buy anything from Amazon. So the next thing that you might want to do is you go, so you got the air going in, so we need to go to the exhaust. So one of the things you're going to do on the exhaust is probably put in a set of headers.
Well, headers are always a good thing to put on any car.
That's right.
I'll
That's gonna
buy
help
into
get
the
your air
headers.
out. And then
All the
from
rest of the
there,
stuff, no.
You're going to look at a dual exhaust system.
So
So you got your dual exhaust system, but you might want to do a little bit more from there. You know, in the old days when we were drag racing, if we wanted to do cutouts, we had a pipe cap welded on the exhaust. You had to stop on the side of the road, get your wrench out, and unscrew it. Well, now they've got an electronic version of that you can actually put,
cutouts.
and it's actually got a key fob, so that you can be going down the road at 80 miles an hour, hit the key fob, and open up the exhaust wide open. So next time somebody comes behind a diesel and they roll some coal on you and you pump your cab full of black smoke, Well, now you can shut down their audio system by blowing them out.
Well, and
But again, if you wanted to do even more, if you wanted to go to the next step level,
spend more
then you
money.
got to have some exhaust tips on this thing. And of course, everybody loves, the big thing of the diesel trucks is the 10-inch exhaust tip. So they make them now for just about everything. So if you want a big 10-incher on your Honda Civic,
absolutely,
you can put one on your.
God,
Honda
I've been
Civic.
looking for that for a long time.
Exactly. But the next thing that they found that was really popular in California, and David, you and your bunch may be interested in this, and it is a turbo sound whistler exhaust. And what this is designed to do is to mimic the sound of a pop-off valve. So I listened to them. I couldn't tell it. I couldn't hear the whistle or anything like that. But supposedly they do that. And it's a real simple device. Looks just like this, kind of clamps in there. The air blows through it, and it makes this whistling sound. So you put one in your exhaust pipe to do that. Now, of course, if you've got dual exhaust pipes,
takes two.
Wait. You need two.
You need two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about me? I've got
easy
4
setup,
exhaust
easy
exits
bolt-on
on the
installation.
Corvette.
You can do that.
If I've got 4 exhaust tips on the Corvette, I need 4.
Yes, sir.
Can I have them different pitched?
Yeah, different
so
octaves.
it sounds like a quartet.
No, but you can put different sizes that will create a different sound.
Okay.
So you can either tune them all together, or you can have different sound.
All of this available for the simple price of
$19.95.
But wait,
It
comes
comes
with
more.
Get two knives.
But the best thing, so you get your dual exhaust set up, but if you really wanted something else, so Jeff, this next one, just let it play, and we'll walk through it real quick because I know we're running short on time. But the best thing I found, we talked about EVs, they're too quiet, they're developing sound systems so people can hear them. This is a system from Thor Electronic Exhaust. Now, this is the 2 system, and you can develop it. It even comes with an app for your phone. So the next time your hot rod EV shows up, it's not quite right, even though you can put a cover over it. But then again, you need it to sound right. And so you can put the sound on it and make it sound like a 32 Ford with a small block. Or you've got somebody like my wife in her Kia Sorento. She wants a little bit more. She likes the sporty life so long as I'm not driving it. She don't mind going fast at her speed.
So
But
make it sound like a
she can also
McLaren
put it
F.
in where it's got a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon sound exhaust coming out of it. And if you really want something good, because we are in Texas, I saved this one for the last, because we're in Texas, it's the truck market, we sell trucks, we got little trucks coming out, we got EV trucks coming out. So if you've got your little truck and you want to make it sound a little bit different, a little bit better, you can also pull up a 700 horse TRX Ram exhaust sound and you pump it out. And these speakers are up underneath the car, so everybody outside hears this, not just you. So you can get the full experience of driving your hot rod without really driving your hot rod.
Mike J.C. Whitney.
Out
Mars.
of his world, Mars.
Yes, we appreciate all the time that you've took
Just some things
this
that
morning.
you might want to do to your Corvette, Don, just to kind of spruce it up a little bit.
or not. Thank you, Michael. The In Real Time Car Talk Show is part of the iHeart family and available 24/7 at iHeart.com and through the iHeart app. Just look for the In Real Time Car Talk button. We also stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. In Real Time Car Talk Show continues right after a quick break.
Father's Day weekend, Saturday, June 18th, 2022. It's the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In, and you're invited. Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition will be at the same Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 18th. It's the only place cruisers compete for trophies and other prizes. Enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, and get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Kick off summer with Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition, Saturday, June 18th. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate Father's Day, the start of summer, and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, June 18th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield. a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you'll want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install ExoShield, a windshield protection film. Give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.